Semifinal number 1 of the college football playoff, Alabama and Cincinnati. Cincinnati making history as the first ever Group of 5 team to make the college football playoff. And they take on the reigning champions and juggernaut Alabama. And when I look at a game like this, the first thing is, how can Cincinnati stay in this game? Because they are a 13.5 point underdog in this matchup. So nearly a 2-touchdown dog in this. However, Cincinnati has nothing to lose in this game. They just have everything to gain. Because the pressure, believe it or not, is on Alabama. Because if Cincinnati were to get blown out, it's the expected. It's what was anticipated. It was inevitable for them to get blown out in this matchup. But Cincinnati's basically playing with house money here. Because there's no expectations for them. The pressure's not on them. Everybody expects them to get blown out. Because Alabama is Alabama. They're the juggernaut, reigning champions. Nick Saban, the greatest coach of all time. All of that. And there already is a coaching edge here. Because Nick Saban is coaching his, 15th college football playoff game? 16th college football playoff game? So either way, he's been preparing for matchups like this for years. While this is Luke Fickell's first ever college football playoff game. And Cincinnati can stay in this game with their defense, as this is the best secondary that Bryce Young is facing all year long. With Kobe Bryant and Sauce Gardner, future lockdown corners in the NFL, Sauce Gardner is going to be a first-round pick in this upcoming NFL draft. Kobe Bryant, also another, in my opinion, future first-round draft pick. The Tide is led by Heisman Trophy winner Bryce Young, 4th in the FBS in passing yards with 4,322. And also a big reason why Alabama is 4th in the country in scoring offense, averaging about 42.5 points per game. 6th in total offense, averaging just under 496 a game. Jamison Williams, their top receiver, 1,445 receiving yards this season, 5th in the FBS. They are, however, going to be without John Mechie, who tore his ACL in the SEC championship game against Georgia. But Alabama still dominated that game. Cincinnati's defense is only giving up 16 points per game, which is 4th in the country. And they're also 7th in total defense. And they have been dominant against the better offenses they faced this season, like SMU and Houston. They even have a dominant win over Notre Dame on the road this season. So Cincinnati has done everything that they can do to get to this point in the college football playoff season. And they have nothing to lose. The pressure is all on Alabama in this game. So they can use that to their advantage, I believe. But will it be enough? Running back Jerome Ford, 19 rushing touchdowns this season, 6th in the FBS. And let's also not forget Desmond Ridder, who I feel like should have been a Heisman finalist. I think he had a really good season. And he'll probably be a maybe 2nd or 3rd round pick in the NFL draft this upcoming April. As Cincinnati is still averaging about 39 points per game, which is 9th in the country. So a big key for Cincinnati to win this game, pull off the upset, is to sustain drives, which I'm not sure if they can do that because they are 120th in the country in time of possession. So they are in that bottom 10 as far as time of possession. So if they can utilize Jerome Ford, try to build holes for him with the O-line, build holes for Jerome Ford, maybe they can extend a drive or two, kind of tire out Alabama's defense a little bit. Keep Bryce Young on that sideline. Keep him cold. However, Alabama is 8th in total defense. And they are 3rd in team sacks, including being led by Will Anderson, who was leading the country in sacks this season. But can Cincinnati stop Alabama on 3rd down? That, I think, will be a big key in this game. As Alabama is 2nd in the country in 3rd down conversion percentage, converting nearly 54% of their 3rd downs. So Kobe Bryant and Sauce Gardner, they're going to have their hands full with Jamison Williams. And I think if you can hold Jamison Williams to under 100 receiving yards, I think there is a chance. So I think without John Mechie, who's going to step up as that number 2 for Alabama? Is it going to be Slade Bolden? Is it going to be Billingsley? But it is time for my prediction. And I am predicting that Cincinnati will be able to stay in this game for a little bit, but not for too long. I think this game is going to likely get ugly really quick, as, yes, Cincinnati, there is no pressure on them in this game. They are playing with house money at this point. But I think Alabama wins by a score of 41-14. I just feel like you give Nick Saban 1 month to prepare for a game like this, and it's practically money for Alabama. I do, however, applaud Cincinnati for getting to this point in the college football season, as I never thought a group of 5 team would ever make the playoff for as long as we had a 4-team playoff. But sure, they may have needed help along the way, but they were able to win out. They won all their games to get here, and you got to give them credit for that. But will it be cool to see Cincinnati pull off the upset? Of course it would. I think if Cincinnati beat Alabama, I think it would be the biggest upset in college football history. Not because of spread-wise, but there's been a lot of big upsets as far as spread-wise. But I'd say upset as far as a group of 5 smaller school beats the juggernaut and reigning champions. That, to me, would be the biggest upset in college football history. But comment your prediction down below. Like, share, and subscribe. Stay tuned for the second semifinal between Georgia and Michigan. And talk to you then.